Hey guys, welcome back to BoozeRevooze in black and white. I am D'Amico and this is Bane, and we are back with our Rye Mini-series. Rye Whiskey Mini-series, I should say. Today we have a product from Pendleton, Canadian whiskey. This is their 1910 rye whiskey, 100% rye, 12 years old, 40% alcohol by volume.
Special bottle. It's supposed to have basically horse type saddle designs on it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
And of course the horse bucking. I think it has something to do when they first started. Made a special 12-year-old just to celebrate.
I'll take pictures of the bottle, post it right there on Instagram at BoozeRevooze. Boom. Yeah, let's do this. So for a 12-year, whoa.
The nose very calm, not necessarily sweet, pretty smooth, not a lot of bite, not a lot of sting, just very nice relaxed nose.
Just real quick to talk about Canadian whiskey. Many of you may already know, many of you may not know, that for the United States, a majority, and we're talking 95+% of Canadian whiskey consumed here is distilled in Canada. It's all distilled in Canada. Let me back up a little bit. All Canadian whiskey is distilled in Canada. They put it on tankers and they truck it across the border into the United States for bottling. Some of them will finish the aging, but most of them will just have it completely done, put it in tankers, steel tankers, and shipped across the border and bottled, because of the taxes that will get added per bottle, per case, however they do it, is apparently astronomical. So if you think about how much Canadian Club and Canadian Mist and Crown Royal that makes it across its borders, we're talking a whole lot of money that people are trying to save, so they just put it in a big tanker and send it across and bottled here. I don't know how that makes any sense to make it cheaper because it's still liquid, but they figured out something and that's what they do. So on the back you'll see imported and bottled by Hood River Distilleries in Oregon, but it's a product of Canada. So just so you guys know, when you're looking at Canadian whiskey, that's why it says that.
Yeah, it'll trip you up when you have an American company and you have, you know, product from Canada. But it's normal. It's definitely normal. What do you think on this nose? So
this one is way different. I get almost caramelized sugar, but it's that to the point where it's almost burnt, almost burnt sugar. And that's pretty much it that I get on the nose. A little vanilla, a little caramel, you know, that stuff that goes with the sugar, but
that's almost like that burnt cotton candy type characteristic.
Not that I've ever had burnt cotton candy, but if I did, that's probably what it would smell like. Okay, well.
Okay, I would say I have to say that burnt cotton candy is actually a pretty good descriptor on this one. So I'm getting that on the palate as well as the nose. Wow.
It's extremely smooth, but at 40%, as expected. But yeah, sweet, caramely.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to find the rye. It says 100% rye whiskey. And I know that in Canada, rye is intertwined, you know, or intermixed with just, I'll have a rye. It just means whiskey generically. But before I bought this, I checked my online sources. You know, my brother-in-law Google and my aunt Yahoo and all that shit.
I like your extent. That's actually a really nice extent.
I made a money apparently.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this is a 100% rye grain whiskey. I
mean, it's a lovely color.
I don't even know.
But yeah, you're right. It's just missing the typical rye component, and maybe that has to do with where it's coming from. I have no idea.
Either that or I had some really misinformed sources.
Could be.
I can't taste any rye here. I'm struggling. Yeah, sorry about that. Memory card swap ran out of space. Yeah, so Bane was going to say something about the whiskey, but we kind of forgot what he was talking about. LOL. Ding. But to me, this does not taste like it's 100% rye whiskey, rye grain whiskey, even though that's what it says. I don't know. It's too sweet. I mean, seriously, unless they're aging this in sherry casks or port casks or something like that, I just can't see it.
And that could be correct, because I'll tell you what, we're definitely getting like this toastiness, this burnt, sweet characteristic, and so the longer you age whiskey in a barrel that's been charred, the more sweetness that you're going to get out of it. Because of that charring, allows that sweetness to explode. So if they're using new charred barrels, boom, you're getting that explosion of that sweet charred characteristic, and that's something that they call for even on their website. You're talking about charred oak, butterscotch, caramel, stuff like that. So that's definitely something I'm picking up on the palate. So maybe that's kind of masking over that typical rye spiciness that we usually get, is, you know, because they're aging it in a particular
I'm gonna say probably not. The amount, I mean, I'm tasting so much sweetness and less oak, so little oak. I mean, when you have bourbon, for instance, you know, corn is a very strong, viscous spirit. So you need that fresh, brand new charred oak to stand up to the corn, or the corn to stand up to that brand new charred oak, and vice versa. I'm not getting any of that here if they're going fully charred or heavily charred or whatever it is. I'm tasting more sherry oak or you know, a sweeter wine barrel or whatever, even the heads or whatever. It just doesn't. I mean, I don't taste the oak. I mean, I taste very little. And I'm struggling to get over the sweetness.
I'm with you on this one, and I'm struggling just like you to figure out why in the heck is it so sweet, yet it's been aged for 12 years, and it's 100% rye, but there's no spice. So we're gonna have to put a mystery clause over this whole episode. You know, we ran out of memory, all that other.
I want to know what the fuck.
Somebody help us out on this.
Yeah, somebody that works for Hood River or Pendleton or something, please inform. Because in my mind, this is what I was getting when I purchased. I mean, this was $40 a bottle, so 100% rye, aged 12 years, which is what I was looking for to step up over my bottle with Jefferson's 10-year 100% rye. Now that was full-on rye spice. This is sweet. I mean, like I took a Windsor. You know, Windsor's got that light sweetness. Took some Windsor and poured a cap full instead of water, Oloroso sherry or Pedro Jimenez sherry into this glass. Shook it up, swirled it up, and that's what I'm drinking. That's exactly what it tastes like.
I would not doubt you, or you got hoodwinked, and they just put a whole bunch of sugar whiskey in a fancy bottle.
And if that happens, seriously, I will slap the shit out of something because I want my $40 back, straight up.
You know, okay, so let's rate this thing, because being blind about what it actually is interesting to me. I want to see where you go with this, because obviously you're pissed off.
I'm not. I am pissed.
Yeah, you are pissed off. I know when you're pissed off.
I'm not angry, but I'm disappointed because of what this reads as is not even close to translating to what, in my mind, I was expecting. Not even close. Seriously.
So
you know,
rate it. I want to hear you rate. Well,
I'll tell you one thing and then I'll rate it quick.
Okay.
You know what this tastes like to me? Like it's been aged in sherry, or it's been aged in rum cask, and then tossed in a sherry cask or something with sherry butts at least for 3 months. I mean, that's what this tastes like: cinnamon, brown spice, and sugar.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
So as far as a rye, I'm gonna rate this twice. One as a whiskey in general, and then as a rye. So as a rye, this gets 40. That's the lowest I can go. I won't go lower than 40 on anything. So this is bottom barrel, especially for the price that it cost me.
Nope.
Hell to the no. But as a whiskey, I'd probably give it a 48. Again, it's super sweet. I couldn't think of anything else to use this for cocktails. And again, $40 a bottle angers me. So yeah, they can't even get to a 50. I'm sorry.
Okay, I like where you're going with that. That's really great, and I'm with you on that. It just doesn't have the presence of a rye to me as well. So I'm gonna have to give it a 78.
It's one-dimensional.
It's drinkable. It's drinkable. Don't
Sure.
get me wrong. It's drinkable. It's got some characteristics that if you like sweeter whiskeys, boom, there you go. You have burnt sugar. You have those kind of rum-esque qualities that we're looking for in some of even the higher end rums. We're looking at almost the same qualifications, but this is a rye whiskey, and yeah,
100% rye.
100% rye, and yeah, again, I was a little perturbed at the fact that I'm not smelling rye, I'm not tasting it, but they do. It is kind of matching what the website talks about the whiskey drinking like.
Sure.
And that's fine. How did it get there? I don't know. They don't put enough information. So my guess is either sugar water, sugar whiskey, that idea of putting Windsor in a sherry barrel, whatever. I mean, that all sounds good to me. Whatever, just let us know. What is it? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm being pretentious right now, but seriously, $40 is a lot of money.
You spend a lot of money on whiskey
for a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
That does not satisfy my level of interpretation of what is on the bottle. So,
but then again, let's go back to the uniformity laws of what a product should be like. Does a particular beer have to be like this? You know?
No, they don't.
So
I get that.
How about expanding the walls of whiskey and so forth? I mean, laws are great when it comes to whiskey and so forth, but when it comes to, let's say, localized,
being
an artist or a localized small distillery or something like that, why can't they expand the walls of what a vodka should taste like or something like that? We'll get into that later, and I kind of want to talk about that sort of thing about marketing.
We can do that.
Local products need to kind of compete with these big guys because, shit, I mean, if you make a whiskey that tastes exactly like this whiskey, but it's $5 more expensive. Yeah. But anyway, we'll get back to that.
Yeah. So, but with that, I was gonna say one thing I totally forgot. I get it. I hear what you're saying. I've got to be way off on this. This must be some special Canadian rye whiskey or rye grain that I've never heard of. And that may very well be, because again, I've never had a Canadian rye with rye grain that I know of, because everything is fucking rye in Canada. I don't know why you guys do that, but let me know.
I think that was our fault, wasn't it? After Prohibition,
I'm not sure.
Rye's just kind of became the synonymous word. I think that was our fault. So,
well, that's our fault for Coke. You know, you go down the southern United States, and everything's a Coke. You know, what flavor do you want? An orange Coke, a grape Coke?
Bring up that. I just watched Drunk History last night.
Oh my goodness!
I think you have to be drunk to watch it, because I was not drunk. And I mean, it's a good show. Don't get me wrong, but I just really wasn't that into it. Great episode. I love the guy from SNL. He's awesome. But getting back to that, I don't know where I was going. I just want to throw that out there.
I need to know.
Watch Drunk History Drunk.
There you
please.
go. Please, guys, if you had this, please tell me what you think. I've had regular Pendleton's Canadian whiskey. I loved it. For a Canadian whiskey, absolutely adored it. I would give that a 90 plus points on you know, if we were doing a Canadian whiskey. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a bottle of that and do a review for it. But the rye for $40 a bottle, I will slap the shit out of somebody. Straight up. Bang, what do you got?
Just last words before I go. If you're looking for any spice in this, it's going to show up for about 3 seconds. Just didn't quite do it for me, but it's drinkable. I'll leave it at that. If you have a lot of money, disposable income, go ahead. Buy.
It's drinkable. Before a rye whiskey, it's not even.
Sure.
No. All right.
That's it.
Well, thanks for listening to my rant and my anger and my fury and my swearing. I do apologize
You should do that
for
more.
those
You should do
that don't get down with that, but that was my passion coming through a little bit more. Seriously, if you guys know more about this than me, please, please, please leave us some comments and let me know, because I want to be wrong about this so bad, because I didn't spend $40 to be hoodwinked like that. But anyways.
Who says hoodwinked?
I do. Yeah, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Comment, subscribe, comment even more though. Catch you guys on the flip side.
Peace.